Hello, I'm Jasmine Brown. I'm a filmmaker and I'm going to be a large part of the documentary Obscribed Hell, which is going to be produced and directed by Louise King and filmed and edited by me. This is to raise awareness for TSW and the suffering that occurs from long-term use of steroids. As well as that documentary, we're going to be doing a YouTube series to document our treatment that we're both trialling. She will be trialling laser treatment in Singapore and I'm going to be trialling the Jumo body wash treatment that has been circling the internet at the moment within the TSW community. So I thought I'd just give a little backstory to my condition. So I've had eczema for as long as I can remember. As a baby and throughout my life I've never grown out of it. If anything, it's just become more severe as I've got older. I think my mum started using steroids on me when I was about 3 or 4 years old, and I've continued to use them up until now. I'm 22 now. So a lifetime of use really, although my mum has always been extremely careful with topical steroids, overly cautious, which then rubbed off on me and made me overly cautious of using steroids. So I've never used tons of topical steroids. I've always been extremely careful, used very small amounts, only used them when I was pretty bad, but still I've used them for 19 years or so. So it's looking likely that I will be going through topical steroid withdrawal as well. So before I get into where I'm at now, my eczema became pretty severe when I was about 15 years old. That's when it started to develop and get worse and worse. I got into my first relationship and my boyfriend had 2 dogs and my eyes were swelling up all the time. I started to get rashes everywhere like my eczema, but I'd never had it spread like it had done, like it had started to at this point. So yeah, that was probably down to the dog allergies. Later I found out from blood tests that I am allergic to cats, dogs and dust mites, like most people with eczema are. Not everybody, but a lot of people are allergic to those things. Then later again I had patch testing that told me that I'm also allergic to MI, which I think also is very common. A lot of people are allergic to it. So I'm allergic to 4 things: MI, cats, dogs and dust mites. And at this point I avoid them at all costs. There is no way I'm coming into contact with any of those things yet. I am not in the best condition with my skin. I've just been on cyclosporin for 3 months, the first time I've ever been put on immunosuppressants, and it didn't really help. Therefore I'm coming off them. Came off them 2 days ago. And this is where I'm at. Also, I'll show you my hands and arms. I have been withdrawing my moisture, trying to use as little moisture as possible, because I notice the less moisture the less moisturisers that I use, the better my skin seems to be. It's almost a little bit more painful when you start to get cracks and oozing. I've noticed a lot of oozing. That's why there's little black fur patches because my socks have the dust, the fluff from my socks has stuck onto the ooze. But yeah, I noticed that when I use less moisturisers I seem to be a lot less red and seem to just be in a better state. I've noticed that my body doesn't regulate temperature very well now at this point. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that I will go through TSW, but Mentally, I really struggle with my eczema. I'm self-employed now and I don't leave the house very often because I find it quite difficult to go out in public. Although it might not look that bad to a lot of people suffering with eczema. I suppose it affects everybody differently. And yeah, I'm pretty hard on myself in that respect. So I know that I would struggle so much if I just cut and withdrew and went through the horrors of TSW. I'm not sure how I could cope with it, to be honest. So I will try and find any other route to stop me having to go through that like anybody would. But I would rather be on medication at this point than go through hell. That's just how I view it. So we reached out to Jumo and they were kind enough to want to be involved with our YouTube series. They're going to send me the products and I will be trialling them. But I will be completely honest in this review of them because I know everyone is suffering so horrendously. I would never lie about something being better than it is. Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm quite optimistic about it. I've seen some people heal really nicely. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'll be starting that in 5 days, the day that we travel to Singapore. And it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I just thought it would be good to give you an idea of who I am and my story, because you'll be seeing quite a bit of my face whilst we try these treatments. So yeah, bye bye for now.